I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to come back to it. And this is a question that you should be asking yourself as well. Is the world a better place because you're in it? You guys, welcome back to another episode of Sippin On Excellence. I am Dr. Lionel Hunt, and as always, with my man, Coach Kenneth Johnson.
I'm here.
For those of you who are new to this platform, this podcast, we talk about everything and anything under the sun. No filter.
None.
Straight at you, no chaser. We don't hold back. We say the quiet parts out loud. And those of you who get a little bent out of shape, get a little ruffle under your feathers, IDGAF. That's where we at today, y'all.
You know what, though? There's nothing wrong with getting under people's, under their feathers, man.
You got to. You got to ruffle some feathers for people to feel some shit.
Yep.
I mean, it's that simple.
And they won't know how high they can soar if they don't know how to take that.
Right? You gotta get in there to get after it.
Yeah.
And so our goal is to not only spark conversations with each other, but for you guys to take home what we're feeding you and have these conversations with your folks.
No, you just got to take that medicine.
Yeah. You got to share that medicine. It ain't just for you.
that big
ain't
pill.
Just for you.
That big pill that you don't want to take in the morning.
We got some time today. We starting on time today. We got some stuff to talk about today, y'all. I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm looking at the camera because I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to come back to it. And this is a question that you should be asking yourself as well. Is the world a better place because you're in it? We're going to get back to that.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that.
And it shouldn't be.
And the reason why I go there is because I don't think people think about that. They think about my immediate world. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing better? As long as I'm doing better, nothing else matters.
Yep. Only until something goes wrong and it affects you directly.
Somebody told me once that being poor is a choice. And I was like, and you're going to wonder, why am I going here? Who chooses to go without? Now, not everybody has the same work ethic. Not everybody has the same ambition. Some people are lazy.
This is true.
A lot of people are lazy. But how do you say that's the case in places that aren't as wealthy as the U.S.?
Mm-hmm.
You think the people in Haiti choose to be poor? You think people who...
in a larger percentage of the world, period.
Yeah, choose to be, quote unquote, what you consider poor?
More than 50%.
You know? And so for somebody to say that to somebody like me and say being poor is a choice,
mm-hmm.
then you can say everything is a choice because you could choose to go left or right. But if you go left and you're poor and then you go right and you're poor, is poor really a choice?
Mm.
Because poor is all you see it. And then you have to ask yourself, just because I don't have money in the bank, does that make me poor?
Mm.
Because I could be rich in every other aspect.
Correct.
I've seen some of the happiest times when I was broke. So.
And you know, I always say one of the best times, not the best times, one of the most meaningful times in my life was when I lost everything. I lost my shirt, but there was so much that I gained during that time.
Yeah.
That set me free.
And we talk about this a lot on this show. Just kind of this is all what building on excellence, sipping on excellence, showing you kind of the excellence in human nature. This is what this podcast is about. And if you guys haven't quite figured that out yet, stay tuned because we got some more shit coming at you today. Here's my question. And talking about making choices and going left and right. Throughout life, we fumble a lot of shit. You fumble opportunities. You fumble people. You fumble relationships. Why do you think that happens? This is sort of a rhetorical question. What makes us fumble good shit?
I think that, several reasons, but it's the unexpected. It's a lack of your own self-worth. And I think that in many ways, we're not always in the understanding of how to appreciate the moments, depending on what it is. Because that's like you said, it's a rhetorical question, but I'm thinking of, for instance, in a relationship. It's a great relationship, but somehow you run in the streets or you know what I mean? I'm thinking of that.
I think we fumble in that respect in relationships. And I don't think it's really a fumble. I think if it doesn't work, the other person thinks, oh, he or she fumbled me because I'm great and it didn't work. Is it really a fumble if you're just not ready? And so I necessarily didn't fumble you. I just wasn't ready to carry you to the end zone. And so it's better for me to quote unquote fumble you than try to hold on to you when I'm not ready. And I'd rather, I'm not going to fumble you at the goal line. I'd rather fumble you back at the 50-yard line and give you a chance to score somewhere else. Using all these football analogies. But but people say that all the time. Oh, you fumbled me, he fumbled me, or she fumbled me. And then you see that in jobs too, where you had the perfect job and then you fucked it up. Do you think maybe you fucked it up because it wasn't the job for you? Other people look and be like, oh, you fumbled that job because it was the perfect job. It wasn't for you.
Right. And it wasn't for them either.
Right.
So who's to decide if that's the perfect job?
Yeah. And so as we go through life and we're in these situations, the outside world is quick to tell you this is good for you. This is what's best for you. This relationship is good for you. This job is good for you. How could you not want this or want that? You know what I mean?
It just kind of speaks on the post that I just put up for something we've had in the past, which was, are your successes or are they successes for others? Are you doing things for other people?
Well, people think if you don't want something, then something's wrong with you. Because if they were in your shoes, they would want that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of one of the things that I think about as I start my day. And I'm like, all right, I think it comes from a lack of gratitude for where you are.
Oh, absolutely.
A lack of gratitude for what you have, a lack of gratitude for where you are, and a lack of vision for where you need to be or where you want to be.
It's just not being present. That's the bottom line. You're either running from something or you're running to something and you're missing being present to receive or to give in either direction.
And it's one of those things where I'm saying you're crazy for not wanting that. And this is going to be kind of controversial. Do you think people are like, damn, you fumbled that out of jealousy because they wish they had that? And so they're coming at you for either not wanting it or letting it go.
I don't think that's necessarily controversial. It sounds like people that have their own internal struggles, and it's easy to put it on someone else and have vision through someone else and say, oh, well, you had it all.
They act like they're cheering for you when you have it. Most people don't want to see you win.
I was going to say, most people want to see you fumble.
Yeah, they don't want to see you win.
Crabs in the barrel.
They're acting like they want you to win.
No.
But then when you fumble, they're like, oh my God, how could you do that? I would never have fumbled that. You know? And so it just, when I say people don't want to see you win, it's because they would much rather see themselves win. Look at your friend group. Look at the people around you. And if you want to know what people think of you, look at them on your come up. As you're coming up, as shit's going well for you, look at how they treat you, because they're going to always holler that you changed. When in actuality, they change the way they see you, not the way that you treat them.
Yeah. They want to drive your vehicle, yet they have their own vehicle.
And when you're not satisfied with where you are, it's easy for somebody from the outside to be like, you're winning. Why isn't it enough? Well, winning looks different to everybody. You know, some people are okay with mediocrity, you know, and that's okay. It's okay to be, it's okay if this is all you ever want. If you want to be average.
Let's make it clear. It's okay for you if you decide.
Correct.
It's not my okay for me for what I decide.
I heard somebody say, I can't be friends with people who accept mediocrity and can just be okay with that. And my thought process is, why not? Not everybody has to be as ambitious as you. And if they're like, you know what, I want a simple life, I want to do just this, I want to stay right where I am, and they're not ambitious, then they're not the friend you're going to go to say, hey, let's do this, let's climb Mount Everest.
Let's do this project.
Yeah, that's just not that person. That person
we just
cool.
go to the bar.
Yeah, that person's cool with that, you know?
Yeah.
But yet people always like to say, well, you're not winning. Well, in their mind, they might be. That might be a win for them. You know, that I can pay my bills, I can do all the things I need to do, and so I'm good. That's not good for me because my mind works in a way that it needs to keep going, you know, and it has nothing necessarily to do with how do I increase my fortune. It has more to do with how can I keep this mind busy so I don't get bored, you know? And usually if you're ambitious and if you have goals and you are working towards things, more than likely you're not going to be broke because you're always working towards something. It's that hustle. I don't know a single hustler that is living in his car and plans to stay living in his car. Now, some people need opportunities. Some people need things and they go through rough patches, but their life doesn't stay rough if they have the ability to actually move forward.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just need that nudge.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just me. I've always had a problem with the decision of others upon not just myself or just someone else. The decision on others about, okay, well, you have this goal. You haven't met that goal yet, so you need to try something else.
Whose timeline are you on?
Right. Why? And just because if you haven't hit that goal when you thought you would, why would you stop? Like, what's the fairness to yourself if you never truly pursued it? You pursued it to a point because it was suitable for others.
Well, here's the thing, too, and this is what I've seen in many different facets of businesses that I've been involved in. People have ambition. Okay, I want this. I want this thing. I want this goal of starting a business, owning a business, whatever it may be. I have this plan. I've laid it out. And what ends up happening is people keep running on the hamster wheel in a circle because I'm not ready. I got to do more planning. I got to do this. I got to continue this. I've heard this just the other day. I'm still gathering information. I'm still learning stuff. And I'm like, but you're still learning inside of a box. And the problem is you're taking all the stuff you're learning and you're implementing none of it. I call them forever students, like somebody who goes and gets their bachelor degree. Then they go and they get their master's. They get their PhD. Then they go get their MBA and haven't had a job throughout that whole process.
Then they go get a JD.
Right.
Yep.
They
Absolutely.
It's almost afraid to take a step towards your goal because you may realize it's that fear of success. Yeah. I tell everybody I want to be successful, but I hold myself back because I don't know what that looks like. And then are people going to have expectations of me once I get there?
There's a common denominator to all of it. I am not enough. Whether you run to every success, you just blow it out the water.
Sorry, y'all.
You blow it out the water, but somehow you don't have enough. Or the people, like you said, that keep collecting all the information. You keep collecting information because you just don't feel you're enough. It works on both sides.
Yeah.
You have to start believing that you are enough, that you are worthy, and that you're enough. You stay in those moments and things will start to come to you as you keep moving forward.
Yeah.
But if you don't ever believe that you're enough, you're always going to fall short of ever being enough.
Well, and people look for external validation to say they're enough.
Absolutely.
It's no matter what somebody tells you, you're not going to be enough until you feel like you're enough. I can tell you you're great all day. But
Doesn't matter.
If you have this imposter inside you that says you're not enough, I'm inadequate, there's nothing I can tell you to make you feel adequate.
No.
Or if I constantly say to myself, I'm not ready, that's fear. And fear all the time isn't healthy. Fear can push you to do one of two things. It can push you forward or it can hold you back. And you decide how you want to use that fear. Mm-hmm. It's kind of silly, and I've known so many people who want the world, but are afraid to go in the world and get it. They wait for people to give them opportunity, And then once the opportunity presents itself, they don't know how to grab it and go. Or they just won't. And it's just,
The thing with
it
opportunity,
frustrates me because I don't think like that.
But yeah, I can understand that. I have a friend he's like you. He's very systems, very. I operate the way that person that you're talking about, and what I've learned with me as well as with others and helping others, is one, identifying that they're enough, that they're worthy, but also that imposter, that energy, that demon in your head, that punk, whatever you want to call him, listen, he's like that uncle that go out and you play basketball and you a little kid and he keeps blocking your shot. And he's like, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. He's trying to force you to say, you're gonna make it if you keep trying. That it needs to become a beacon versus a hindrance. Learn how to lean into it instead of trying to run away from it. I think that's the problem. But once you start identifying that you're enough, you'll learn how to lean into that imposter and have a conversation where it's like, oh, I am going the right direction because this shit is starting to get scary. This shit is starting to get real.
Well, and that devil on your shoulder is that feeling of comfortable. Like I could lean into comfortable and then I don't have to push myself.
You don't have to go that way.
I can just be comfortable.
Yeah.
And we say it all the time, you got to be uncomfortable to succeed. There's nothing about success that's comfortable. I don't care what y'all think. It's not. And I think what it boils down to is trying to figure out what's your life goal? Where do you want your life to be? And what is your plan to get there? Everybody has a dream, and shit, we live in Hollywood, city of dreams.
How many people move here every year?
How many dreams come true? And the reason why is because people refuse to take that dream, make a plan, and then execute. Execution is the hardest part of anybody's world when it should be the easiest. Deciding that you want something, deciding how to get it, and then going after it. Going after is the easy part. How to go after it, that plan is the hard part. People stay in that plan and they convince themselves that the plan's not ready, the plan's not going to work, so I'm going to keep trying to change the plan until it's perfect. There's no fucking perfect plan.
No.
Look how the hell we started this podcast. Let's start a podcast and then we got to figure out what does it mean? No, let's just talk on the mic. We'll figure it out. And it's evolved. My career, I had a plan. I went to college, went to med school, whatever, and it's still evolving. Where do I want life to go? Where I want my life to be changes based on where I am. Because each time I hit a milestone, I'm like, all right, where do I want it to go next? And so if I find myself being comfortable, in my mind, I'm not working hard enough. And not necessarily at my job.
I got that.
But just I'm not working hard enough to better myself because I'm comfortable. It's like going to the gym. If you go to the gym and you work out and you're never fatigued when you leave, you're comfortable when you walk out of the gym, like, I broke a little sweat, I'm good.
Yeah.
Are you really improving or are you maintaining?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you have high achievers and then you have high performers. High achievers, they do what they do best because it's easy and they know it. It becomes autonomous. They can close their eyes and blah, 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 blah. Like me writing a program or you going in like a particular surgery for the back. You do it with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
But you see the people that you work with that you've had to assist because it's just like, oh my God. And like, but you're already doing this. Why are you struggling with this? You come in, fix whatever it is they're doing.
Well, here's the thing, too, in that scenario. I've worked with surgeons from different disciplines. That's different than mine. And if there's a complication with something you do, I'm looking at you to fix it because you the man. That's your world.
It's your work.
If I'm If you're stressed and you're panicking in a room full of people and this is your specialty, who the hell is going to be comfortable now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at you like, dude, I hope you got this because I don't know what you're doing. I don't know this.
You change the vibration of the whole room.
Yeah.
The whole vibration.
If I'm in my room and it's something that I treat and there's a complication going down right then and there, I could be panicking like hell on the inside. Everybody around me is looking for me to keep cool. I'm not losing it all. I could be flipping out inside like I have no idea what I'm doing. And that's happened. And then you figure it out on the fly. You figure it out. But if you panic, the world panics, and then what? You know? It's just, it's insane, man. One question I was going to ask you back to what we were talking about. What is, because somebody asked me this the other day.
Okay.
And it's about goals. Not necessarily work, not necessarily family, not necessary. What is your life goal? Not easy, huh?
As my existence on this earth.
Yeah. What is your life goal?
To be a better human for other humans.
How? Because that's an easy answer.
I know. It's a very easy answer. That was the plan.
You know me.
Yeah.
We got time today. I'm looking at that clock. We got time today. So.
I'm all about interaction. I'm all about engagement, and I believe that we're all here to connect with each other. I would like most individuals to leave me feeling better than when they walked towards me.
How do you do that?
Really just listening.
Okay.
Do a lot of listening. Being open, sharing, but do a lot of listening.
How do you know when that interaction is positive? Like, how do you know that, okay, that person is better off having had me listen?
I don't know. I think it's more of a vibe than it is okay, I see this. Oh, well, they gave me their telephone number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's an actual part of human connections. There is a vibe that goes on. There are wavelengths that are being matched back and forth. Like when you see somebody, you're connecting with a girl, whatever, and you're like, oh, when you first meet, you're like, something's different.
So you connect.
Yeah. There becomes a level of alignment.
And then what?
With energy.
How do you foster that alignment, that energy? How do you make that grow so it betters you as well? Because you can't always pour that way.
Right.
I always say with every interaction, you don't go into it with the intent on receiving something back. But every interaction has every action has an equal and opposite reaction, whatever it may
True.
be. So I give you something. What are you're a listening ear for somebody and they're dumping on you their world, or they're just telling you what they're happy about, or whatever it may be, that interaction. What do you hope to gain from that, being on that side of it?
Whatever it is, if they're dumping, hopefully we'll be able to lighten that load. For me, it would be, because this is what I do, and listening to people most of the time, it's being able to lighten that load. Whether they do it or not, some people like to hold on, and some people don't like to necessarily engage. They will respond, but they're not necessarily engaged.
Okay. But what does that do for you? I know what it does for them.
No.
What does it do for you?
It's a feel good for me.
It's people and I'm going. People are like, why the fuck is he going down this line of questioning?
It's always going to feel good for me.
Why is he going down this line of questioning? The reason why is because those of you out there who work in a service industry, we never really think about what does my service do for me?
No.
We always think about how I can better serve you.
But wouldn't
Is that a
be
bad thing or a good thing?
Depends on how much you take home with you. If you're carrying the load with you, it could be a bad thing.
Yeah. So what does it do for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how does taking on the weight of the world affect you when the world is now outside the door and not staring you in the face? Most people don't think about that. We just take on the weight of the world.
We do.
And then we hope I'm going to wake up tomorrow
feeling less cringe.
Feeling a little stronger. I could take on more weight of the world without putting down that load to the side and moving with a fresh start. In healthcare, we have to put it aside.
Mm-hmm.
I walk from one patient's room to the next. I can't carry the load, the heaviness of the homeless patient that has to drive Uber to pay for his healthcare 2 minutes later into the next room with somebody with a completely different problem. I have to have another empty cup for that patient to pour into that cup so I can know how to deal with that. If this cup is full because I'm still thinking about this patient, then I'm not hearing or understanding the next patient. Mm-hmm. And I got to do that 30 times a day. So when people say you can't carry it with you, you always carry it with you, but you learn how to compartmentalize. So it's in a safety deposit box. Mm-hmm. You don't throw it away. You just take it to the bank, put it in a safety deposit box. I'm not looking at it every day, but when I need to go see it, I can go unlock the box and deal with it. I think when it's with your life goal of wanting to be better and make people better, I think that is a great concept if you can do exactly that. Mm-hmm. Let shit go, not let certain things go, and build your strength on the weight of that squat rack that's put on your shoulders.
Right. It is definitely just like doing squats and taking it from 225 to 315. You know what I mean? Yep. Because you're able to carry more weight, but at the same time, you're not holding on to that weight. You did the reps so you can take on a heavier load for somebody who's heavier. Absolutely.
It's a good one. You know what I mean? Write that
down. Don't put the smudge on your phone.
Sorry, I didn't quite touch us do that. But yeah, I think when people think of their life goals, people always think of, I want to make money. And it's always interesting how we gave a big podcast a couple years ago on money and how it's the root of all evil, blah, 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 blah. But people's life goals, you ask them that, they're like, well, my goal is, the first thing they say is to be wealthy. I want to be wealthy, generational wealth, blah, 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 take care of family, this, that, and the other. But they don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
You know? And it's crazy now to think, and you hear it more now because with the internet and social media, people think gaining wealth is like going outside and picking an orange. It's just on the tree because it's everywhere, because they think they see it everywhere, not knowing that the wealth they see is less than 1% of people on the planet.
And they also see the wealth, what they think they might be seeing, not necessarily what they're actually seeing. And they're seeing an end result. If it is wealth, they're seeing an end result without all the workload. Like there's one coach that I'm very close to, and we have conversations every once in a while. And he said, people said, oh my God, you're like the man. You're like an overnight success. He said, yeah, for over 25 years, I'm an overnight success.
Yeah, because people don't see the grind. They just see the result.
No.
And what's interesting, I heard this woman on social media. She's what you call it? Does stuff like this.
Okay.
And
Talk.
she was like, one of my goals were, and she gives advice, young woman gives advice on different stuff. And I agree with some things, a lot of things. And her whole concept revolves around, how do I get more wealth? And it was like, yeah, I knew I reached a goal when I was able to fly private the first time. Okay, then what? Why is that the goal? Not to be better. My goal wasn't to just continue to be happy. My goal was to say, I need to make enough money so I can do this. Okay, cool. You've made all this money. You're not satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
And from the way you talk about your life, you don't seem to be happy because all you talk about is money, when your show isn't about how to obtain wealth.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
throw that little twist in there. The interview wasn't about how do you get wealthy. The interview was like, how do you become successful? Different. And the only thing she could talk about as to how to be successful is to make a lot of money.
That's just a means. It's not
Money
the
doesn't
end.
equal success
No.
because everybody defines success different.
Yeah.
And so when your life goal is, let me see how much money I can make, that's great that you want to be well off. I get it.
That's so short-lived, though.
But to say, I want to make money so I can buy things and I can take trips, where has our humanity or our lack of humanity driven us, where I want to make more so I can only do more for myself?
I was thinking the same thing. I want to do more of this and generate more wealth from doing this because this is what I exercise. So I can take that and I can help these people, this group, these young men, these young ladies, whomever it is over here, to help young or people that are coming up and provide them with the opportunity to do for themselves.
I mean, think about what just happened in our government this year.
Which part?
Let's look at how much, just closing the USAID offices and saying it's to get rid of fraud, waste, and abuse, right? I want to be able to do more for the people in this country. I want to raise tariffs everywhere else so I can bring manufacturing back to this country. I want to create more jobs in this country. You took away aid to places in the world who have nothing. And yet the people who live in the country that you said you did it for continue to still have not more than they had before you took away the aid. I'm going to say that again. You took away aid and stopped spending money because you want to keep that money on the home front here in this country. But yet there's a young kid living in his car who has to drive Uber to pay for his health insurance so he can come see me. That didn't change. Why? Mm-hmm. Because his health insurance went up from last year to this year. Mm-hmm. Didn't get less because you saved more money over here. You took an opportunity to prey on the hatred of people for others. You took an opportunity to capitalize on the nationalistic thought process of a lot of people in this country that will tell you America and nowhere else. And by doing so, being one of the richest, if not the richest nation in the world, you've shown the rest of the world that you really don't care. If you only help people who can give you something in return, then are you really helping? We should never help others with conditions. It should never say, you know what? I'm going to give you this meal, but one day I'm going to come ask you for a favor. For example, I'm going to feed you today, but I'm going to need you to step aside so I can dig out the gold underneath your feet.
Godfather effect.
I could give you, instead of just saying, hey,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a shovel, let you dig your own gold, and then you can sell that gold to me and make some money. No, I'm going to give you some aid. In return, you're going to give me the rights to the land that your feet are standing on so I can dig my own gold and I give you a cent. I'm just going to keep feeding you rice. I'm going to keep feeding you rice and beans over here.
I got it.
Where does that make sense? And notice, from a political standpoint, I wasn't trying to make this political, but we as a nation, regardless of the parties in charge, we only give a shit about the countries that can do something for us. Either from a military strategic side of things, from a we need some of your natural resources side of things, or we need your brain power, manpower side of things. Look at some of the smaller countries that can do nothing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Haiti, Dominican Republic. You look at what's going on in Jamaica right now after this hurricane. How much real aid are we going to give to that country?
Oh, no.
Seeing the fact that USAID no longer exists. I bring this up because so many countries around the world have reached out to me and my brother. More so now than ever before, saying, hey, can you help us? Because there's a void that's been left by the government aid that we used to get from your country that now we don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have pennies. I don't even the rock that I would drop in that pond wouldn't even cause a ripple. But you still try.
Yeah.
You know, where did we go wrong, man? Where did we fucking go wrong?
Let alone to add to that, think about the ones that should be standing up and fighting against that are in the positions can only fight so much because of the people in their pockets. And they are only allowed to go so far
And
that they don't ever talk about.
Right. And if you're not going to help the people you don't know, why won't you at least help the people you do? You know?
You don't even help your constituents.
Why would you? So, my neighbor over here is starving. And I claim I can't give you food because we don't have enough food. So I take back the food I was giving you, but yet I don't feed the kids in my house. So my kids are still starving. But now both are starving. When both were eating some, I took this back. I didn't let you eat more because I took this back. I just held it. It just makes no sense to me. And I don't care what politician or wealthy billionaire, whoever, I don't care what anyone says to me, you can't explain that away. Their explanation to all of this is it's complicated.
What are you, a Facebook profile?
You know, they're like it's complicated. I'm like, it's not complicated.
Yeah.
You take away and then you give it away. I'm going to make life struggle for you here. Now, if we just went back to healthcare, I'm going to take away crappy insurance so you have no insurance. And then one day we'll replace it with something better, but until then you'll just have no insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't crappy insurance better than no insurance? I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
The math does not be mathing, man, at all.
And
there are a lot of people
you use people's fear to make them agree with you. See, that guy's here taking your job. That guy here is taking away money that could be paid towards your health insurance. Why are we the only nation, one of the only developed nations in the world with no universal health care system? No universal healthcare system is perfect. That's why you have in places like Canada, Great Britain, some of the other countries that have universal healthcare, you have a privatized insurance on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Every citizen gets the bare minimum, at least. And then if you have the means, you can buy extra insurance on top of that. But at least you walk into a hospital and you won't go bankrupt because you can't pay a hospital bill. Or better yet, in some places I've been in this world, you can't even go to the ER and get treated unless you pay first.
Wow. That's heavy. That is
heavy. And so people think, oh, if we change the healthcare system, it'll be less people using our ERs and urgent cares. No, it'll just be less people that are paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no reason why the wealth of some of the people on this planet skyrockets to damn near $1 trillion. And there's people right next door to you who are starving. Kind of like that billionaire in India who built the most expensive residence, $1 billion. And it looks down on the slums of Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's shitty. That is truly shitty. I don't care. Call me what you want. Yes, I make a great living. I worked hard to get here. But I also do something with it other than keep my life comfortable. I don't work for me. I work for us. Let that sink in. Where did we go wrong? Is this world better because you're in it? Is this world better because you're here?
Mm-hmm. And that's a rhetorical question. That is a question that everyone needs to start asking themselves. It might help you show up differently. Because, like you said, everyone is in this hamster wheel of a life. And everybody's chasing everybody. And they're chasing their own tail because they're just going in a circle. Just jump off the wheel, man. Check out what's going on.
You got to show up first.
Yeah.
Are you showing up in life? Are you showing up in your life?
Yeah.
Or are you just waiting for the end? There are a lot of people out there that are just waiting for the end, waiting for the weekend. Shitting on Mondays.
Like that old song.
Shitting on Mondays, waiting for Friday.
Yeah. When the most heart attacks happen? Monday morning. Stressed out, trying to get to the weekend.
People want to learn how to live longer. Longevity isn't exercise. Longevity isn't your diet. Longevity isn't injecting stem cells. Longevity isn't supplements and red light therapy and cold water baths and all this shit. Longevity is learning how to manage your stress. Longevity is leading a stress-free, drama-free life. Take away your stress, your body and your mind will see the results. You can't figure out how to de-stress. All the exercise in the world, all the vegan, carnivore diets in the world aren't going to help that. You can inject 5 billion stem cells in you, and if you're stressed out, they will all die.
And all your, what is it called? What's the other injection people are doing?
Oh, the peptides and all that stuff. Yeah. And
if you're stressed, you're stressed.
I can make $1 billion and die of a heart attack tomorrow because I'm stressed the hell out.
Yeah.
Or I can make $100, not give a shit, and live to be 110.
Or better yet, what are you stressed about? Are you stressed about the stresses that you're in? Or are you stressed about what you don't have?
I'm going to tell you this. The number one stressor in the world, and nobody will ever admit this, is worrying about tomorrow. People stress about things that have not happened yet. And they worry about things that 95% of the time will never happen.
But they wouldn't know. Never got to it.
I see it every day in my office. People will tell me, okay, well, if I don't do this, then what'll happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? And then 6 weeks from now, what if the surgery doesn't work? And I was like, how about we get through the surgery first? You're already setting yourself up, stressing about what ifs.
I was going to say that stress will not allow you to heal from the surgery that you just had.
What if has never helped anybody.
No.
I want to marry you, but what if it doesn't work? Fuck, I haven't married you yet. You know? What if I go to this restaurant and the food's not good? Well, what if it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just not going to go because you're afraid it might not be good?
Yeah. Like I had a client that I told him beginning of the year, my goal is for you to stop worrying about your back possibly hurting. My goal is for you to figure out like, oh, okay, this is how we manage it or manage to get around it. But the moment you slow down on that verbal cues like, oh, I can't do, well, my back's going to hurt if I do this, or I can't do that. I'm like, we're going to try to pull back from that language and get you stronger so that way you are able to identify when it's a little off, but you're not going to live in that space of it being off or going to be off. Lost 15 pounds. It's gotten leaner. It's gotten stronger.
Yep.
Now he's like, oh, I want to push 100-pound dumbbells. Okay.
You know, it's just, I think as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you guys with a question. Are you living to make life easier for yourself? Or are you living to make life easier for everyone? Is this world better because you're in it? Stand in the mirror and ask yourself that question. On that note, we out.
Socials, everything. You know where we are. You know where we are.
To find us. Huntspine.com. Coach KJ.
Mm-hmm. Podcast SOE.
Yes.
_ Yep.
And thehuntfoundation.org, man. Go do some good in the world and let the world come back at you.
Show up in it.
We out.
Don't keep taking from it. Out. Yeah.